When it comes to child actors, if they miss, the whole situation can go under. And she ain't miss at all. She was hitting threes from half court.
Get back to that tonight. Half court heat.
Are you going to heaven?
No. You gotta be a good person to go to heaven.
So we're the same. We can't go to heaven because you're not good. And I'm not a person.
The Creator is a movie directed by Gareth Edwards and also stars John David Washington. The movie takes place in a distant future where AI and humanity have been living in harmony for years until a catastrophic event happens. A bunch of humans die, and now they want to take revenge on the AI by eliminating them from existence, essentially, and that's the setup of our movie. From the time I saw the trailers for The Creator, I was absolutely interested. A brand new sci-fi adventure where it's not tied to any existing IP, and also it doesn't seem like it's trying to set up a franchise. To my satisfaction, that's exactly what it was. Even though it borrows a lot from existing properties. Borrowing from existing properties is fine, and predictability is even fine as long as you execute well. Everybody knows that the Eagles are going to run a QB sneak when they're at 4th and 1, and we almost always hit it, but just because everybody knows it's coming doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And by the way, we're 4-0. Despite the predictable plot, the movie is still executed well. The movie has incredible action, acting, set pieces, and everything that you would want out of a sci-fi film, including really interesting technology that only sci-fi movies seem to be able to deliver us every few years, where we're like, that's really interesting, or that's really scary. There's a particular piece of technology where memories are involved and what you can do with them post-mortem. I wasn't too comfortable with it. You guys will see what I'm talking about when you see the movie. First thing that you'll notice when you walk into the theater and the screen starts to go dark. The movie's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous to look at. The world that they've built looks lived in, it has a real texture to it. There's things going on in the background at all times that gives it this vibrance. The communities that they show, both AI and human, all look real. They look tangible. They feel that way. It's conveyed through the screen. Let's continue on by talking about the story and its characters.
Sergeant Taylor, we are this close to winning the war. But the AI are developing a super weapon. Retrieve it, or they win.
John David Washington portrays Joshua as a character who's in deep levels of pain after the loss of a loved one. He's a military officer who's tasked with finding a weapon that the humans believe will be the end of humanity. But the weapon's not the weapon that they think it's going to be. The weapon's actually a child. Now, this child is played brilliantly by Madeleine Yuna Voyles. I believe this is her first role, and she killed it. She was excellent. When it comes to child actors, if they miss, the whole situation can go under. And she ain't miss at all. She was hitting threes from half court.
Get back to that tonight. Half court heat.
John David Washington and Madeleine, whose character's name is Alphie, were partnered together throughout the duration of this movie in a very lone wolf and cub kind of situation. You'll also see the same thing in The Mandalorian as well as The Last of Us. This is a common trope that's been going on for years, but seems to be very prevalent these days. What exactly is Alphie's goal in this movie?
What do you want, sweetie?
For robots to be free.
We don't have that in the fridge. How about ice cream?
Alphie just wants to live, and she wants AI kind to be able to live in peace and harmony. And that's something that you'll find throughout the entirety of this movie. Each faction is just trying to survive, but they're going about it in very different ways. The humans are using a gigantic ship called the Nomad to hunt down these robots out of fear that they'll eventually kill them. And the robots are just trying to destroy that ship so that they can live in peace. They have no desire to go after the humans. They just want to live. The movie also has an antagonist in Colonel Howell, played by Allison, Janney.
Shipley, it's Howell. Answer the phone. Shipley, I know you're there.
Colonel!
Did you locate the weapon?
Yeah, it's here. I'm with it.
Describe it.
It's a kid. It's a kid. They make it into some kind of kid.
Then you know what you have to do. Kill it.
She is a very layered character who isn't just this hoorah, I want to kill other robots. Now, there is a lot of that going on, but there's also a level of depth there where you can see that she too is going through pain, and that's kind of what's directing her movement. She lost some people herself. She wants to make sure that no one else loses anybody, or it's probably more like revenge. So ultimately, what did I think about the movie? I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's the most groundbreaking thing I've seen this year. I've seen other movies that I prefer more than this one. I would say that this movie would probably land in my top 5 of the year, if not top 10. Have you guys seen it? What did you think of it? Go ahead and put it in the comments. I highly recommend you going out and seeing this movie, and then come talk to me about it. I would love to hear your thoughts.